All right, that worked. Let's go.
Sweet.
Admit all. Probably would have, could have.
Now we just say
Hello.
hello.
I mean, like, it is what it is now.
Yep. Heinz, you're the first one I saw. Hello.
Hey, Heinz, good to see your
And
face. Nori.
Nori.
Jorge, Ramon, hello.
Hello, hello.
Good day, everyone. Come off mute. Come say hi. Don't be
Don't be
shy.
shy.
Bon appetit, Jorge. Hope it's something good.
Yeah, breakfast.
Very good.
How
Good
early?
morning, then.
Hmm?
Someone's having breakfast? How early is it over there?
It's noon.
Breakfast can be any time, though. That's the beauty of breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite food is brunch. So I could eat that every day. Happy Wednesday back to Canada, Nori. Hello, yo, kia ora. And we're around the globe already. That's crazy. We're covering the entire time zone wrap around the globe. All right, good day to you, Joseph. Change of scenery today. Nice. Uh, Very cool. Logan, how are you doing today? I see thumbs up. Say do. Good day
Good
to you,
evening,
Tikana, as
Lucas.
well. Lucas. Lucas is a little serious on us today,
He
but
looks
we're
super
gonna
serious.
we're gonna paint a smile on that face, not to
Well,
worry.
he's newly elected to the open source committee, and he's probably got a lot of serious open source stuff going on right
Ooh,
now.
Congratulations there.
you know,
Thursday is looking good. Yeah, somebody's already on Thursday. Yep, Joey's on
Wait,
Thursday.
it's
Hopefully the future's looking good for us as well. All right, well, it's a good day to you, to Congo, Olivier. Thanks for being here today. Yeah, thanks for the tip. All right, good stuff. Well, I guess if everybody feels all right, I think we can kick off this town hall as well. So let's set up some of the things here and let's rock and roll. Unless there's any objections to that plan. Okie dokie. So let's go into slideshow. Everybody disappeared from me. And bam. Everybody see slides? I think it is. Hopefully, yes. All right.
we
So how about we take it on the road, TK?
awesome. This is another Wednesday. Welcome to Town Hall 181. Who's excited? I guess everyone, but no one's more excited than me and Danny. We have a new team member join the Catalyst family. And he's gonna be reading the experiment slide today. Hi, Faye.
Hi. Thanks for the introduction.
Yes, I'm sure you're no stranger to a lot of people in the room, but you could just tell us a few words about yourself before you go into the welcome to the experiment slide. How about that?
Oh, so TK is putting me on the spot here. First of all, welcome to the experiment, and now telling me to speak about myself. Um, yeah, so previously, I was at IOG. I was part of the Thaler tribe as well as Hyperledger Identis, and then I have the honor of now joining TK and Danny and the team. To help better serve the Catalyst community and Cardano at large, by joining Catalyst as a community manager. Thanks, Joe, for the yay.
Amazing. Welcome, Faye. So we're going to be reading the welcome to the experiment slide, which is like the number one Catalyst tradition. So let's have it.
So, welcome to the experiment, everyone. Things may break, lack documentation, differ greatly between iterations, disorientate, overload, and inspire. Our goal to provide a safe and lively environment for you to explore the highest potential of human collaboration.
Woohoo! Amazing. So now we can get on to what we have in the next one. The next page, trying as much as possible not to say the S word too much. Yes, so amazing video we have put together that explains what Project Catalyst is. Just in case you're new or you're already existing within the community, but just want to get a refresher of what Catalyst is, what we're here for, and what all of this is about. This video gives you an overview, so we're just gonna jump right into it.
Project Catalyst puts community at the heart of Cardano's future. It's a place where everyone can play a role to help solve real-world challenges. A global network that turns ideas into impactful projects. With millions of ADA available in grants to build solutions and make change together. Got an idea? It all starts with a proposal. Anybody in the community can pitch an idea by submitting a proposal via the Catalyst platform. Project proposals are reviewed by the community. This is where ideas get turned into action plans. Anybody can offer feedback on project proposals, and community members also get rewarded in ADA for giving their opinion on how well proposals demonstrate their impact, feasibility, and value for money. It's the community who decides which projects to fund. Votes are cast using the Project Catalyst voting app. Anybody can register to vote using a supported Cardano wallet. Voting rounds preserve privacy and are fully auditable, with snapshots of the ledger published regularly. And when voting closes, the community-approved projects can start working towards their innovation goals. Projects are accountable to the community. When they reach milestones, the community verifies that they have delivered on their goals before more funds are released. Join Project Catalyst now to co-create solutions that matter for a future you believe in. Learn more at projectcatalyst.io.
Really nice. And I hope that gave much of an overview of what Catalyst is. But as you stick around for the rest of the session, I'm sure you're going to learn even more about some of the awesome stuff that the people within the community and the team are also doing. So welcome to TownHall 181. So generally, Catalyst has funded a lot of projects, and those projects in turn have been closing out left, right, and center. So each week we have the opportunity to showcase some of the work that is being done, behind the scenes. The community is really putting in some really awesome work, closing our projects, making sure that the commitment to the community is being fulfilled. And today we have a really interesting one. This is Polka-dot Cardano Unifires. You already know this is somewhat of like a bridge interoperability type of project, which is awesome. I know the community is buzzing with the Bitcoin OS currently, so I'm sure you're going to enjoy this video. The video also has some AI agents within it. Really, really interesting. So here we go.
Hello. This is a project closeout video for the Unifires initiative for Catalyst Fund 11. We did this to bring together the Polka-dot and Cardano communities. The project's approach encompassed cross-chain capacity building, best practice sharing, and collaborative problem solving.
The Web3 world is full of potential, but it's also fragmented. At Unifires, we believe in bringing people together to share ideas, resources, and best practices. We're not here to build things ourselves, but to create opportunities for others to collaborate. We have focused on 3 key areas: adoption, governance, and interoperability. These 3 issues are common to pretty much all blockchain communities, and especially timely for Cardano and Polka-dot. We both have built sturdy and reliable blockchains, but struggle to get more on-chain solutions built on these chains. We both are trying to figure out how best to enable community-led decision-making. And we both need to be interoperable, not only with the Web3 ecosystem, but also with the society at large.
We feel that our presence contributed a lot to the positive vibes that have formed between Cardano and Polka-dot communities. We will next take a look at the finding of each working group, albeit very briefly. For a full review, please take a look at our final report.
Complexity, limited accessibility, decision fatigue, and time-consuming consensus building can hinder participation in decision-making. A clear governance vision is essential for long-term success. Luckily, Cardano has a second-mover advantage in this regard. Polka-dot's sudden shift to decentralization has left the ecosystem struggling with unclear processes, frustrated community, and lack of governance capacity, leading to mostly reactive decision-making. The community dynamics, often characterized by internal friction, outright toxicity, and a lack of structure, can hinder effective governance. Additionally, Polka-dot's reliance on a fairly small group of decision-makers in an unofficial and ever-evolving structure has the potential for unwanted power accumulation.
We recommend that Cardano continues with milestone-based funding. This approach ensures accountability and transparency. Furthermore, we should learn from Polka-dot's risk-taking and proactive culture, adopting a more open and agile mindset, while maintaining healthy caution and putting needed guardrails in place. We need to consider implementing different tracks with varying parameters for different types and sizes of proposals. This can help optimize decision-making efficiency based on the importance of proposals. By sharing insights and best practices with Polka-dot, we can accelerate mutual growth. We encourage Cardano community members to venture out and gain new perspectives from other ecosystems that can then be implemented on Cardano.
Both Cardano and Polka-dot face common adoption challenges, including complexity, scalability, security, and user experience. The Unifires Adoption Working Group discussed different ways to bring more people into Web3. We only scratched the surface of this mountain-high challenge, but found out that people are very eager to share experiences and insights across ecosystems.
We recommend to 1. Focus on user onboarding. 2. Enhance developer experience. 3. Highlight real-world impact. 4. Find synergies between ecosystems. And 5. Emphasize collaboration. New users shouldn't stumble on simple things like wallet setup. Decreasing friction in the early steps is important not to lose the people who we have just attracted in the ecosystem. We can design onboarding experiences tailored to the user group's goals. Those who enter with the mindset of buying NFTs need a different approach than those who wish to participate in governance. We can gamify learning, making it fun and interactive with elements like quizzes and challenges to make learning about Cardano engaging and accessible. Clear, comprehensive, up-to-date documentation, practical examples, code samples and tutorials, pre-built software development kits, and developer tools will enhance the quality of our developer experience. A supportive developer community guarantees that developers have a place to collaborate, ask questions, and share knowledge. Through projects like World Mobile and Empower, we can demonstrate the tangible benefits of blockchain in the real world. We have now started building synergistic relationships. With the new partner chain approach, we can explore joint initiatives and alliances, encourage collaboration between like-minded projects, and organize hackathons, think tanks, roundtables, and workshops to build cross-chain applications. We can create common developer tools, continue problem-solving together, and share best practices. We can invite each other to our community events and help each other scale. For example, Cardano can help Polka-dot grow its presence in Africa. In turn, Polka-dot can support Cardano's gaming ecosystem to thrive. We can become stronger together. The Unifires Adoption Working Group laid the basis for Cardano to attract new users, developers, and projects as a truly interoperable player in Web3.
The Unifires Interoperability Working Group focused on understanding the technical aspects of Cardano and Polka-dot's interoperability. Key similarities and differences, such as the consensus mechanisms, staking systems, and smart contract functionalities, were discussed. The group highlighted potential challenges related to data models, development languages, and finality guarantees. In Project Catalyst Fund 12, the Interoperability Working Group suggested to further research opportunities to develop a Cardano Polka-dot light client bridge and to create a cross-chain NFT marketplace. But these projects didn't receive funding.
As opportunities for collaboration, the Interoperability Group proposed standardization, community building, joint development initiatives, researching certain technologies such as zero-knowledge proofs, and ensuring data model interoperability between the chains. We are lucky to have pioneering technical consultancies like MLabs that can help build a set of standards for interoperability. They already created Tuxedo to allow for UTXO-based solutions on Polka-dot. Moreover, individual developers have started reaching out between the ecosystems, fostering collaboration and knowledge sharing. Cardano has best practices like the developer onboarding program Gimbal Labs that could be replicated on Polka-dot. This could lead to cross-chain projects, shared research, common tools, and libraries that all would increase growth and innovation in both chains. The differences in the account-based and extended UTXO models can make it difficult to build cross-chain solutions, however. Therefore, the recent move to build the Cardano partner chains on Substrate makes a lot of sense. Still, the group emphasizes understanding the core differences between account-based model in Polka-dot and the extended UTXO model on Cardano as the foundation for building effective cross-chain solutions. The different finality mechanisms need to be taken into account, as well as differences in smart contract languages. The work has only started. We have taken the first steps towards the emergence of cross-chain governance tools and frameworks, and we are actively exploring the possibilities for cross-chain funding mechanisms. We want to continue this work and expand it to include more like-minded communities and ecosystems. We are committed to fostering collaboration, sharing best practices, and supporting innovative projects across Web3. Let's work together to build a more interconnected and thriving Web3 ecosystem. Join us in our mission to create a better future. Let's unify.
Let's unify. I'm so proud of the Cardano ecosystem. In a world in like crypto, in blockchain, where lots of ecosystems are being maximalist and just thinking within their ecosystem, we are actually out here, building bridges and trying to connect, things together. So really awesome. This is also like a very interesting closeout video with the use of AI. That was quite smooth. So really, really interesting. If you want to learn more about these projects, the links are right there. You could check out the closeout reports, and also you could look into the proposal itself for the idea scale. We're going to go to the next one. So this is the Cardano Asia TikTok channel. It's a really interesting closeout, highlighting some work on social media across Asia, Vietnam, and all of the really interesting countries that help you to support the growth of the Cardano ecosystem on that side of the world. This is from the Cardano Asia team, requested for 79,757 in ADA. And we're going to jump right into the video to see what it's all about. Hope you enjoy.
Okay. Hello, communities. So this is Bắc Nguyễn from the Cardano Asia team. So today I would like to do the closeout report for the project of the Fund 11. So the project name is the project closeout report is F110046, and the project name is Cardano Asia TikTok channel, maintain Japan, Vietnam, and New English versions. The project URL is here, and the ID scale link is here. The challenge, the categories is Fund 11 Cardano Open Ecosystem, and so the name of the project manager is me, Mr. Bắc Nguyễn. The date the project ties is in April 2024, and the project completed at the end of September this year. So here's all of the KPIs as per guideline of the project closeout report. So you can see here is the milestone output here. So we submit all of the closeout report and the closeout video as per requested. And then we committed, and the actual that we overachieve of 90 videos of the 3 languages in Vietnamese, English, and Japanese. And also we bonus 50 videos in Korean to expand into the South Korean community. So all of the detail can be found here in the master link. If you click on the master link, here is the comment right when you can see all of the the detailed work over the past 6 months. So if you are the two MRs, you are well familiar with what we did in the past 6 months over the milestone and the SOM that you already approved. So the acceptance criteria is that we make the total TikTok channels will have the total of 300,000 follower plus likes and interactions. So so we achieve in terms of the number of videos here already repeated here, and in terms of the total channels of 300,000. So here at the end of today, so we have like 153,000 followers and 91,000 of likes. So the totals will be around 344,000 of total interaction. So it overachieved more than 10% of the total channels. So we'd like to say that it's now the largest TikTok channels in more than the IOHK channels of the IOG already in terms of Cardano only content. In terms of the number of quality videos, the videos that has more than 1,000 likes and interaction per video. So we overachieve with the rate of 85% instead of the 60% KPI. So here is also overachieved here. Overachieve in terms of the number of videos that has more than 1,000 likes and shares or comment. So on the evidence you can find on the you can find it on the master file tracking, the G sheet here. So you're already well familiar with this, and we also record this as a closeout video and the closeout report. So in terms of the templates, so on the achievement can be found here in terms of the collaborations, the sitting. The achievement here is that we have one KOL from Korean, the mini game with bonus one mini game. So we also the learning that we optimize the length of the video less than 90 seconds. So script counted under 250 words. So we also have the new KOL from South Korean. You can see here in the Korean video here. You can see all of his video is was recorded here, and so we will plan the content in terms of like then a week time zone. So you can see all of the team working flow with the detailed role is here, who is the recorder, the date, and also the day is going to be air, and the where we're gonna sitting is, and also we're tracking the channel monitoring at the end of every month. And the next step is that we already launched the YouTube channels. You can find a YouTube channel here. So we're building it now with the short videos here that we re-up it into our YouTube channels as requested of the community, the request of the community. And the final thoughts, I thank you, the MR and the Catalyst IOG admin, for your patience to follow it through all of this. So all the relevant information can be found here. So all the best, and thank you for your time and all of the contribution for us. Bye-bye.
Interesting. So amazing the work that's done in different parts of the world within Catalyst, within Cardano, how huge the Asian community actually is. Something that's really interesting. Was quite showcased at Summit as well. So really, really interesting. If you want to also jump into this video and see what's more about this project, you can see the links on the slides about the reports and also the original proposal as well. So we're going to go into the next segment. So we are just four away from 1,000, which is really amazing. This is this week's closeout project. We had 5, which we're going to go through in the next slide. But as an overview, if you want to learn more about completions, you could check out projectcatalyst.io/funds, or you could check out lidonation.com/catalyst. Shout out to Lido Nation. Both places you could get really good information about some of these projects that are closing out. Let's jump into some of these projects then. So what project closed out this week? So we have open source on-chain DAO governance, which sounds like a very interesting project. And then it's requested for 566,000. Also, we have the ADA to mobile money, unlocking financial access in Africa. If you've ever been to Africa, especially some parts of Africa, you understand that mobile money is huge. A lot of people don't have bank accounts. So they just send money back and forth to their SIM cards. I don't know if that happens in the western part of the world, but that's huge in Africa. So ADA to mobile money sounds like a really interesting project. Cardano Asia TikTok channel, which is the one that we just played, maintain Japan, Vietnam, new English version, for TikTok. And then we also have the Cardano Developer Studio, requested for 85,000 in ADA. If you want to check more about some of these projects, there's a link for the report and the closeout videos as well.
I wanted just very quickly to highlight, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but there's a new graph on the Project Catalyst website as well. So as we're talking about those different completions, if you were to put them into perspective and just try to see and gauge of like what sorts of completion rates are across different funding rounds to date, you'll be able to actually find it on the top funds overview page right underneath the total breakdown, and you will see it now by the funds, basically breaking it down, how many projects are still in progress and how many are already completed. So again, just another visual tool to help you parse some of the information through there. And you'll probably see that, the more recent funding rounds where everything is still on the way is represented in that more dominant pinkish color. But then as you go towards the more historical perspective, you see that the completion rates are pretty impressive across the ecosystem. So again, if you haven't seen that, that's a new addition as of these couple of past weeks onto the overview page. So I do welcome you to come and check it out along with the rest of the information there.
The Catalyst website is like Zoom right now. Whenever you go on there, there's something new. Yeah, really exciting. And then for the final one, we have the decentralized escrow and dispute resolution project. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to check out some of these projects, you could check out the link, projectcatalyst.io/funds, which will take you to the page that Danny just shared with us. On to the next one. You want to discover more on generally about Catalyst outside of just completed projects, how it works, how you can get involved, some of the information that you need to know about the previous funds and also the current one if you want to know some news. And then there's also the docs.projectcatalyst.io, which is the knowledge base, the Git book, where you could find some of the really interesting things that could set you on that success trajectory within the hallways of Catalyst. You should just check out the websites, projectcatalyst.io.
Yeah, and maybe speaking of like what's happening, what's new on the website as well, you might have noticed that there is a new introduction of the latest news, which is just sitting underneath the main banner on the website homepage as well. So every time there is a new town hall, so you see this from the last week's 180, soon enough, this will be replaced with the latest town hall, but also in light with some of the recent reports from different regions or blog posts. So we're trying to resurface some of the liveliness of the stuff that's happening in the Catalyst as well. And now this is sitting underneath the major homepage as well to help people resurface some of the elements which are normally sitting under the news section here as such. So yeah, another minor tweak.
Yep, really cool. And you don't want to miss to rewatch the TownHall 180 from Dubai, which is really interesting. You should check that out if you missed it. Speaking of Dubai, we have a recap of the Cardano summits. We have like a photo reel of some cool people. You might see yourself in here. I see Christina blushing already. So you might definitely see yourself in here if you were in Dubai. There's too many photos I took. I just did like a first, iteration of the process, and probably next week we could still have more of these pictures on TownHall as well. So we're gonna jump into the reel and see some of these beautiful faces and places.
Tom and Jerry. I love Alu.
Yes. Dubai summits, what can I say? Really amazing. First time in Dubai, first time meeting all of the community in person. It was very amazing for me, connecting with people outside of the Zoom screens and, the Google Meets, meeting people for the first time. Really awesome. I met Danny for the first time, like the rest of all the other people I met, like Christina, really, really awesome. But I wasn't there alone. I was also there with Danny. I was there with Christina. What was your impression about Summit 2024? Do you have any words about that? Christina first?
I'm going to say I loved it. I mean, you cannot beat the rapport that's established in person. It doesn't matter how many times we see each other over Zoom, but to have that interaction in person makes all the difference. And, similar, it was just awesome to meet so many people I've been working with.
Yes, amazing. How about you, Danny?
Yeah, but first of all, kudos on the images. It feels like there were nice moments of like people often not expecting, right? It wasn't like half of them are not staged. It was just like, wait a minute, are you taking pictures of us? A paparazzi TK in action. I love it. No, it was great. I think to Christina's point as well, it's always amazing to meet people in person in flesh and bone. There's only as much as we can do and convey through the virtual mediums, even though they're getting better and better each year. Before we know it, we probably have some virtual avatars and Optimus Primes walking on our behalf, and we're just operating them from behind. But until that happens, having that personal connection with people, whether it's reconnecting with the people we've already met in the past or meeting new ones, like every event we get an opportunity to go through, there's always new people we haven't met in person, and it's just an amazing opportunity, whether it's like on such a bigger stage like a main Cardano summit as such, but also equally in a lot of local ones. I've seen what was it, the Ethiopian summit, the Ghanaian summit as well. I've seen some amazing pictures from there, and it's just great to see that people are taking opportunities to visit locally or globally and sort of start making those relationships better. So summit was great. Year on year, just getting better, and I think especially between last year's and this year's, you could tell there was definitely a change of maturity in terms of like people's objectives of like they came with a mission. It felt like a lot of people that were participating in Summit, they knew exactly why they came in there. They came to network, they came to make connections, they came to actually check out their partners in flesh, that the people they might have been working over the GitHubs up until now. And it was great to see that a lot of that compassion between people when they start meeting in person has been taking place. So it was really great opportunity to go out. So I do encourage anyone who you have, whether it's like, locally or globally, to go and check out if you do have an opportunity to do so, because meeting people in person is definitely something that you will remember for a long haul, as I do each time. And not to mention, it does give me energy boost for the winter months now, to go over, at least in my hemisphere, so to cover into the next year. But yeah, kudos to the Cardano Foundation and the team for putting it together, and also all the people that participated, whether in running the workshops, master classes, and also speakers that made the event what it was. So awesome. And yeah, I mean, highlight for me, I mean, TK, we've been working together for 3.5 years, never met in person. I think that's another power stone on the fingers. So that's good.
Yeah, really awesome, really awesome. Just one thing to add is all of those photos were taken by a digital camera. So just in case you're looking for a photographer, could be a side
Paparazzi
hustle.
TK is ready for for business.
Yeah, really awesome. So we're gonna jump into the next segment of
There we go.
we're just gonna jump through some of these numbers. I know we highlighted this last week as well. These are some of the final numbers after the moderation that was done by the team, within the finalization stage. So at the end of the day, we had just over 1,600 projects that are going to be going, into the next phase of Fund 13. Looking forward to some of that awesomeness in the next rounds as well. We're going to jump into some more details about the Fund 13 timeline, and I'm going to be passing the mic over to Danny.
All right, well, thank you. Well, these sections shouldn't feel like a surprise by this point. There's not a lot of changes when it comes to the market perspective. Fund is progressing quite nicely. As you know, the finalization deadline expired just about a week or two ago from the general category. So if you have found yourself there was actually quite an extended finalization deadline, allowing people to make some edits based on some comments that the moderators and team have been leaving underneath each of the proposals, and making sure they're in the most suitable categories, and also ensuring that they have actually correct elements in them, whether it's the maximum budgets and other guardrails that have been applied. So the first part of the moderation has been already applied within the realms of the basics, whether it's the budget, whether it's the initial requirements. The second round of moderation, which takes generally a little bit longer time, will be ongoing all the way up until through the end of the voting, almost maybe even towards the onboarding period. And it's just to ensure that there's a compliance with the existing additional sets of the rules, such as making sure that the existing workload from the previous funding rounds has been completed satisfactorily, or the reporting has been on point to ensure that the eligibility criteria has been met for all the projects. So again, we're still working through that, and that is expected to continue over the next couple of weeks leading up to the onboarding stretch as well. In terms of the partners categories, that category is still open. The submissions are available through the end of the day UTC on November 7th. So I think we have about 1 week left, and we're seeing a slow influx of additional proposals. We've heard a lot of rumors at a Cardano Summit about a number of partner and collaboration tracks there incoming as well. So I'm curious, as everybody else probably in the room, what those proposals are gonna look like. There will be no finalization. So just to stress that factor, you need to ensure that all of the information and proposals are in the best shape possible by the end of the day UTC on November 7th, because there won't be an opportunity to make some edits. Then through the rest of the month, the commencement of the shortlisting period will happen. And if everything goes well, then by the November 25th, 26th, 27th, we should know the final shortlist, which will then inform what the voting app will be seeing. And that is still on schedule to begin on November 20th. So we are getting closer and closer to the voting period there as well. Now, community review. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, as we know, this stage has been slightly off the rail for the past couple of days. But again, where else can you find information about the community review? Just to have a quick refresher, you can find it in Bookmark the Catalyst Gitbook. There's also a Telegram group that you can find community-led support, and also the rest of the team as well. One thing, if you have difficulties of actually posting. If you feel like you've been muted, there is an additional action that you need to take place. As of a couple of weeks ago, we've instituted a moderation of Mr. Bot called Charlie that ensures that everybody has a unique account on Telegram, because at a certain point it just started to be ballooning with all kinds of fake and scam accounts. So that will generally require you to pair your Telegram with the forum ID that is on a Cardano forum to make sure that the people that you interact on Telegram are actually genuine human beings there. So again, if you find yourself in the conundrum of being seemingly muted, you just need to complete some of the additional verification steps so that the Telegram chat's unlocked for you. On Discord, business there is as usual, so you can also leverage that as well. Anything else in between, you can kindly please raise a ticket via catalyst@iohk.io. All right, so originally we were supposed to begin on October, was it like last week, Thursday? Unfortunately, due to the recent update to the Idea Scale software that unfortunately our team doesn't have a lot of insight into, there have been some breaking changes, even though we've been assured that those things would not affect our flows. Such is life sometimes. So we've been working diligently with the Idea Scale team to ensure this is back on track. In fact, as of 45 minutes ago, I was just checking on the side on my phone as we were just watching some of the closeout videos and whatnot. IdeaScale has provided a fix, and they have deployed a fix, and the team is now burning the midnight oil on our end, trying to ensure that the community review gets on its way. So we're anticipating, let me just check if I don't have any screaming messages on my side. Let me have a look at it. Doesn't look like it. It's actually probably starting to look up pretty good. So somewhere between today and tomorrow midday UTC, at the very latest, the community review should be on its way, meaning that you will be able to navigate to your profile. You should be seeing your allocations, and shortly enough, you'll be able to start submitting your reviews. Now, because of this delay in implementation of the start, we have managed to negotiate a little bit of a change in the schedule. So we have extended through to the end of the additional weekend. So that will take us towards the November 10th. The penultimate deadline will be 6 p.m. UTC. That will allow us to start transitioning and processing the data, because we're going to have there only a couple of days left between basically November 10th and November 14th for the moderation period to commence, to ensure that we do not create pressure on the voting stage start, which is still scheduled for November 28th, and that should allow us enough time to process the moderation of the submitted reviews as well. So not only you'll be able to check directly on IdeaScale that your community review will be on the way within the next 12 hours, give or take, but also there should be an accompanying email that will be shipped out as soon as we're done with the live stream today. We're going to consult with the team and we'll send the confirmation emails. Like I mentioned, and it will be also hinted in the email itself, everyone who has been able to pass the liveness and ID check has been formally invited. There will be still additional reviews that we need to complete towards the proof of addresses and things of that nature, but we'll be taking that step by step following. So everyone who's passed and they've proven that they're not a bot and they're actually a human being on the other side of the computer are invited to do the community review. So I think that should be a really good news towards the community review participants as well. But again, it does not guarantee yet that everything will be all right, because we still need to, because we still need to complete all the due diligence on the individuals participating. So fingers crossed. But happy to say that this thing is on its way and the train is leaving the station. So again, appreciate everybody's patience as we navigated this, but we're ready to take off. So again, just keep an eye on this, and then we're ready to go. Voting update, no changes there. 25 ADA is still the threshold. We're on par to towards the voting power snapshot, which is again scheduled on November 20th, 9:45 p.m. UTC. So again, if you haven't had an opportunity, please do check it out. In fact, actually, as of next week or two, we're going to try to initiate also a public testing of a dry run and invite publicly community members who are willing to break a voting app and see how it functions or not out of a live voting round. Keep an eye on those announcements, because we're gonna do public dry runs. So there will be some cool opportunity to test and see some of the new features, which I'm not gonna break the news on them, what there might just be, but I trust they're gonna help in a great regard to some of those edge cases and issues that sometimes we see during the registration and especially during the starting of the voting period itself. So fingers crossed. It has something to do with the QR code. No, we're not getting rid of them just yet. That is reserved for the Catalyst voices, but we're going to make it a little bit easier to maybe recover them in case you've lost. You know you were supposed to save them, but we're going to make it a little bit easier to recover them regardless. So fingers crossed. It's going to be first time we're going to deploy that feature. All right, and that's pretty much on the tail end of here today. Where else can we stay in touch, TK?
Yep, how to stay in touch with Catalyst. We have the Telegram announcement channel, we have the weekly newsletters, and we have the community Discord and also the latest touch point, which is a Catalyst on X account. Feel free to scan the QR and jump on some of these platforms and get socializing and talking and interacting with the rest of the community. It's gonna be awesome, and we hope to see you same time, same place. Next week as well. We are on town halls every Wednesday at 5 p.m. UTC, live on Zoom, live on YouTube. If you're on YouTube right now, please follow the link you can see on your screen and then jump straight onto the Zoom so you'll be able to join some of the really interesting breakout rooms that are happening today. And speaking about breakout rooms, hi, Christina. Could you tell us more about some of these awesome breakout rooms?
B2. Let's see. I am just going to share my screen. Anybody who wants to follow along, or if you want the links, you can just go to ath.blinklabs.io. I will pop a link in the chat. So welcome to the After Town Hall. Want to make sure you're aware there are other town halls that happen around the globe and the links and times. So we have the Eastern Town Hall, we have a Latin Town Hall, a Europe Town Hall, and the Africa Town Hall. I highly encourage you to check these out because these are fun events that are local in these different locations, but it's still fun to pop on and see what everybody else is doing around the globe. Then we have community events, and I'm pleased to say we've actually added a lot more community events. So Cardano over coffee, if you're not familiar, join us on Twitter. This is weekdays at 3:30 UTC. Fun time had by all. We also have, similar to Catalyst after town halls, where you can reserve a room with Cardano over coffee. You can book a time slot if you want to share a proposal, you want to share about your project. All that can be accessed from the link on Twitter. We have the Odin community. They meet on Mondays. Anybody interested in being part of the Decentralized Innovation Network is welcome to join. Gimbal Labs, we talked a little bit about that earlier. These are some great guys that give you a lot of opportunities. On Tuesdays, they have the Playground, and this is an open space for small groups to get together and learn and build in public. We have the Odin Sociocracy group that meets Tuesdays. Anybody's welcome if you want to learn about their principles. The NFT Guild meets every other Tuesday, and this is to discuss any Cardano NFT topics. 45B does open hours. If you're not familiar, this is hands-on, non-technical Web3 end-user onboarding. The WADA Forum, join WADA Web3 Africa Weekly. This is Thursdays. We have the Intersect Town Halls. Make sure people are aware, the 4th Thursdays of the month, you can connect. And this is the Intersect Town Halls and their after town halls. And then last but not least, the EU Cardano community, and they have language-themed Twitter spaces. So I highly encourage you to check that out, take a look. And if you don't see your language, they are really looking for more people that would like to host. So definitely reach out and see if you guys can connect. And then for today's breakout rooms, I'm going to psych you out because Nemo said he's not going to make it today. We're going to do Nemo's next week. So our other two breakout rooms, Logan's going to tell us more about bringing people from outside Web3 into Web3 via DAOs. And Ken's going to talk about the highest potential for human collaboration. And in addition to these breakout rooms, we have our regular one for the town hall check-in. This is going to be where you can get your QR code that proves you are here, verifiable credentials. And we have Soleil de Cafe. I saw Juan in the chat rooms. And if you've been having a conversation, if you want to pick out your own open room, we have 3 rooms. You can go there, continue your conversation, or even start your own impromptu breakout room. So, thank you.
Thank you, Christina. And while she's opening up the rooms, it's adios from our end. This is the end of Town Hall 181. We'll see you next week, same time, same place for Town Hall 182. And have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, depending on what side of the world that you are. But adios and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.